Hey strugglers, are you ever just laying in bed in the most unflattering position ever and something pops into your head that you haven't thought about in years? Well, that happened to me yesterday and I feel like it's something I want to talk about, so yeah, I'm going to talk about it. Please excuse my undersized shirt. I got it when I was in high school and I weighed 145 pounds then, so it's a little tight. I forgot to drink something. Oh, let's pretend like there was water in there. So like I said, I had this weird thought that popped into my head, and at first I thought maybe it was something that never even happened and I was just imagining it, but I was pretty sure that it actually happened. So I did a little research. I remember a few years ago I was watching Rhett and Link, and I was watching an episode of Good Mythical More, which is the show after the show. And one of them had just like made an offhand comment about Clearly Canadian, which is like, it's this flavored water, this flavored like bubbly water stuff. And I remember my sister used to get that at the gas station in our hometown all the time. But apparently Rhett and Link loved it too when they were growing up. So they went and they Googled it to see what their current situation was, to see what Clearly Canadian was up to. And this is what they found.
Whenever we would go into town, we would stop at the short stop and we get a mellow yellow.
Or a Clearly Canadian.
Clearly Canadian. They still have those?
You got those in Canada? Look, same bottle. Same bottle. Yeah. It hasn't changed at all. It still has the fruit on it, just like it used to, Link.
And I would always get the blackberry.
No, guys. This is crazy. Look, they aren't making it yet. Help us bring back the original Clearly Canadian by pre-ordering a case. They got to get to 25,000 cases to bring it back, and they're currently at 8,200. So this is fate, guys.
What? Clearly they were very excited about it. I was pretty excited about it too. It seemed like a fun thing that they were doing. They made it clear that they weren't being paid to do this in this episode. They just happened to stumble upon it.
Listen, I swear to you, we totally just thought of this, just saw it.
I think that's pretty obvious.
Some backhanded way for us to make money. We just want Clearly Canadian.
We're not going to get paid anything.
Okay?
And it being natural like that made me want to buy a case of it, but I didn't do anything right away. I just kind of waited it out. Can you hear my dog snoring back there? I thought that was going to be it, but then they came back to it again like a week or so later on Good Mythical More again.
We recently found out that Clearly Canadian is trying to bring back their cases, as we've plugged before. They haven't been in production for a while. They want to come back into production. We want to make that happen because of your childhood memories of Clearly Canadian.
We're bringing it back. The Mythical Beasts, we are bringing back Clearly Canadian. Clearly.
Rhett was like, you guys don't have enough energy. Come on, this is an internet show. Come on now.
We're not being sponsored by Clearly Canadian. We're just doing this because we think it's fun and there's nostalgia for us.
So they bring that up again, they're just doing this out of the goodness of their heart. They're not being sponsored by Clearly Canadian. They really just want the beverage to be brought back. And that's super cool. At this point, I was pretty on board with it. Let's check the date on this video. November 13th, 2014. Wow. So this was over 4 years ago. Okay, and then the third and final time that they brought it up was actually on Good Mythical Morning, like their actual show.
There are things that have been taken from us, and we want them back.
Let's talk about that.
A sparkling fruit-flavored drink in an exquisite tear-shaped bottle called Clearly Canadian. Now, here's the difference about this one, okay?
Oh, yeah.
We can actually bring this one back.
Let's just go to the website because we were telling the crew about it, and we pull up the website and realize that they have a campaign going right now.
If you get to, I think there are over 9,000 cases right now.
There are over 9,000! I'm sure that joke has never been made. Okay.
We posted that, I guess, a few weeks ago.
Right.
And then we hear from the CEO of Clearly Canadian. He contacts us.
So now they've actually been contacted by Clearly Canadian. Now it's getting a little spicy.
We are now saying, we said, let's get he said, I want to commission you guys to get the Mythical Beast to bring this back.
Okay, so I don't know entirely what he means by that. Usually when somebody says they've been commissioned to do something, that means that they're being paid to do it. So now it seems like, to me, at this point, they are being paid to promote Clearly Canadian to their fans. Which, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm actually very much on board with people sponsoring YouTube channels, if you know what I'm talking about. But when you're being paid, there seems to be a certain added responsibility onto it. So like this has just gone to the next level. It's not just a little fun thing they're doing anymore. This is an actual project they're working on.
So here's what we're asking you guys to do to help bring back Clearly Canadian for all of us. Click on the link in the description, which will take you to clearlycanadian.com, and you can pre-order by the case.
Right.
So it's $30 a case, you get 12 of them.
$30 a case, and you get 12 of them. Okay. The reason it's so expensive makes sense to me. It's because it's pretty much a Kickstarter. They need the money to be able to like open up a production plant and actually like get these things out the door. They're pretty much starting from scratch again. But $30 is a lot to ask your viewers to pay for something that is gonna be gone, you know, in a matter of weeks probably. It's not like a $30 sweatshirt or something where they can wear it for a very long time. $30 worth of Clearly Canadian will be gone relatively quickly. This next part is what I think is the most important piece of information in this entire story. Okay, so listen closely.
Here's what we've decided to do. When we all have this thing and we've met the goal and they've been shipped to us and we're holding the Clearly Canadian bottles in our hand, we are setting
It won't
up
look like this. It won't be in a mug. But
a
just pretend.
live streaming video event where we're gonna all toast in unison and drink them for the first time, the new batch of Clearly Canadian. It'll be a Mythical Beast online meetup, invitation only.
The only way you
pledge
right.
to the
The
account.
only way you get the invitation is by getting a case.
That is what sold it for me. I was huge fans of these guys. I still am a huge fan of these guys. I think they do a really good job. But I was like a diehard Rhett and Link fan. I watched them every single day when I was in college. And I did decide to buy a case of Clearly Canadian. The only reason I did was because they promised that they were going to do a live stream toast and give a studio tour of their new studio. Neither of which ended up happening. Now let's get into how it completely fizzled out. So this video was posted on November 26th, 2014. Over 4 years ago. If you click on the link that's provided in their description, it's a broken link. Like, it doesn't lead you anywhere now. Maybe if I manually type in clearlycanadian.com. Okay, if you manually type it in, it brings you to their website, but there is no mention of a live stream. There's no mention of a studio tour. At this point, they are partnered up with Clearly Canadian, so you think it would be mentioned somewhere. It's not in the FAQ portion of the website. It's not on the homepage. So I thought, well, maybe in all of these years, I just missed it. Maybe there was a video that I didn't watch, or maybe there was a Facebook post that I didn't see and I just missed it. So I did a little digging online, and it seems like a lot of people missed it. I'm guessing because it never actually happened. I have a bunch of links saved on my phone here. I have the original Tumblr post from the official Rhett and Link account, where they promised that they were going to do the live stream and the studio tour. That's all still there. I have a link from rhettandlinkcommunity.com, which I think is their like official community website. Maybe not. I mean, I'm not sure of that, but this person says that they got their case of Clearly Canadian. It finally came in, and they still had heard nothing about the live stream or the studio tour. And that post was made on December 1st of 2016. That is 2 years after this video went live. There was a Reddit post made on September 6th of 2018 wondering the same thing. Like, some people still don't even have their cases of Clearly Canadian, let alone a link to a live stream or any updates on that whatsoever. When I originally ordered my case for $30, I was going to a different college. I ended up transferring my junior year, so I tried to log back into my email from that college, and gosh darn it, it actually worked. And I have almost 400 unopened emails in that account, so hopefully nothing important. But I'm just gonna go ahead and search Clearly Canadian, and yep, here's my original pre-order receipt, the confirmation that I ordered a case. This email came to me on January 22nd of 2015. We got another update on February 19th of 2015, another update on May 27th of 2015. In that email, it says that they're actually going into production. That took a long time. Then another update on September 28th of 2015, where they finally charged my card. 7 months later, they finally charged my card. So clearly they had a lot of ups and downs in their whole journey to get back into production, and I understand that. That makes sense. Then on October 5th of 2015, they said again, okay, now I promise this time we're in production, okay? This time we're actually producing stuff. 1 month later, on November 5th of 2015, they said they're finally gonna start bottling their product. So string me along, why don't you? Apparently at one point, the factory they were using to produce their bottles just kind of like shut down. I don't know what's going on there. And then on February 12th of 2016, a full year after I ordered this product, they finally said that they're shipping cases out. And wouldn't you know it, they weren't lying this time. It actually came. I actually got my case of Clearly Canadian, finally. They sent me the wrong one though. This one is their wild cherry flavor, and clearly on my receipt I ordered mountain blackberry because that was the flavor that Rhett and Link kept hyping up so much. But I guess I can't really complain, at least it finally got here. It had to have come sometime in like April or May of 2016, so it wasn't necessarily that Amazon Prime next day shipping. But the part that I'm still not sure about though is why Rhett and Link just went ghost on this whole situation. As far as I know, they never did a live stream toast, and that's probably because like some people still don't even have their drinks. They probably thought it was best to just kind of pretend like it never happened, but that kind of sucks. You know, the only reason I spent $30 on this, and I didn't even get what I wanted, the only reason I spent all that money was because I thought that I was gonna get this experience out of it, which I did not, and a lot of people did the same thing as me. And you're probably wondering, if you got it over 2 years ago, why in the world do you still have one? I actually still have two. I purposely didn't drink all of them because I'm still holding out hope that this thing is gonna happen. I'm not very optimistic about it, but you know, a kid can dream. If they have updated us on this and I just didn't see it, I would love to know, like go ahead and tell me. But if not, and they just kind of like are keeping us in the dark on this, that sucks, and I want an actual update. And I don't know if legally they owe that to us because, I don't know, because of that agreement that they had. My girlfriend and I actually went to their live show in Minneapolis, and at the end of the show they had a Q&A, and I wanted to ask about it, but there were people going around like vetting people, you know, making sure, you know, what are you going to ask, you know, stuff like that. What are you going to ask before we let you broadcast this to all these people in here and put Rhett and Link on the spot? And most of the questions were like, hey, Rhett, well, what's your favorite color? Hey, Link, if you were a piece of clothing, what would you be? I didn't really want to put them on blast in front of all those people, but now I'm kind of wishing I did. I'm not mad. I'm not upset because I did get something. You know, I got something, and it's kind of it is a cool little thing. I do wish I hadn't spent so much money on it though. The only thing that I do ask is for some kind of answer. Anything. Even if it's just, yeah, we abandoned that idea because it wasn't really working out. That's fine. I don't care. I just want to know. What do I have to do? Do I have to get on my knees and beg? Is this what you want? Rhett and Link, you want me down on my knees begging? I'm not above that. I'm not above begging. Anyway, you know how it goes around here. I had to write a song about this, so please enjoy. I'll see you next time. I just wanna see the studio. I just wanna see the studio. Clearly Canadian, waiting for you to be made again. It's like waiting for rain in the desert. I'm gonna get hurt now, 'cause I've been getting my hopes up, waiting for bottles to show up. Now I'm feeling a pain in my chest, 'cause you really let us down. Way back in 2015, I spent that money thinking that I could crack a bottle and have all my buddies with me. You and I would get mythical, didn't think it's too difficult. Tell me where'd all the time go, I've been getting real cynical. 'Cause I've been waiting 4 years, that's a lifetime. And I've been crying more tears than a lifetime. I just wanna see the studio. I just wanna see the studio. Rhett and Link, yeah, I see you've been distant. Why'd I think this would be any different? My gut told me not to do it. I should have listened. Clearly Canadian, waiting for you to be made again. It's like waiting for rain in the desert. I'm gonna get hurt now, 'cause I've been getting my hopes up, waiting for bottles to show up. Now I'm feeling a pain in my chest, 'cause you really let us down. I just wanna see the studio. I know I already said goodbye, but I have one more thing to say. I posted a free video on my Patreon. Anybody can see it, you don't have to pledge. It's an update on the Eric Surf 6 situation, so if you're interested in that at all, I highly recommend going and watching it. Like I said, it's open to anybody, it's free, you don't have to pay to watch it. So please go check that out, and this is the real goodbye. Okay, I will see you next time. Goodbye.